Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I appreciate your willingness to hold this hearing today, and I appreciate the opportunity to dialogue with our distinguished witnesses and look forward to your scholarly insights on the development in the Horn of Africa. But, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to focus my comments on Somalia. As I see it, Somalia is hanging by a thread, and the United States is in the unenviable position of reconciling two complex yet fundamental policy objectives brought into stark relief by the release this week of the Department of State's Trafficking in Persons report, which noted that the Somali government is using child soldiers as young as 9 years of age in its fight against militants. There is a harsh dichotomy that presents an affront to our principles and moral sensibilities. On the one hand, we must work to help prevent spiraling instability and promote a semblance of just order in the midst of a highly volatile security situation. And in tandem, we are obligated by law to combat the gruesome crime of child conscription, a most serious human rights violation, especially prevalent in the world's ungoverned spaces where children can easily fall victim to coercion and abhorrent abuse. As one of the authors of the Child Soldiers Prevention Act, which was incorporated into the William Wilberforce Trafficking Victims Prevention Act of 2008, I am deeply concerned about this situation, and we must have an urgent dialogue about ending this pernicious human rights abuse. Given that Somalia's defense, culture, and higher education ministers recently quit their post in frustration over the transitional federal government's lack of progress in bringing order to that country, we need to have a clear understanding of the current situation as well as the United States policy options. We must also discuss how the U.S. can best use its limited resources to compel the responsible community of the nations to strengthen their efforts to combat Somalia's rapid devolution into a barbarous and chaotic safe haven for terrorists. I would welcome hearing from our panelists on the way forward for U.S. security interests as well as human rights policy in Somalia. How do we move forward most effectively to both support stability and justice in such a chaotic and unpredictable environment? Mr. Chairman, I would like to ask you to convene a follow-up hearing on this, on the specific situation in Somalia, if you would give that consideration. And I think we need to explore this critical issue with the administration as well. Thank you.